Good morning, culés. It is time to wake up and Barca live Barcelona news coming at you every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday right here on the Undefeated channel. In today's episode, we are going to be taking a look at last night's performance in the Joan Gamper Trophy. I almost said Gone Tramper. The Joan Gamper Trophy, big 6-0 victory for Barcelona. We'll take a look at those highlights. Plus, we will take a look at the latest reports circling around Frenkie De Jong. Has he played his last match for Barcelona? Hopefully not. We'll talk about all that and more. All the news that forget it. Words are not going to be coming out right today. Apparently, we're just going to be stumbling over our words. It's a Monday morning. It happens. Take a little sip of caffeine. We'll try this again. There we go. What we're going to be doing today, folks, is going over the Joan Gamper Trophy highlights, Frenkie De Jong exit rumors, whatever other news is coming out of the Camp Nou, because that is what we do here on Wake Up and Barca. We have a little bit of caffeine, we stumble over our words, but we do have some good conversation with our fellow culés from around the world. So if you are just finding us for the first time and you have not done so already, subscribe to the channel so you can be part of the conversation while we check in on the news coming out of the Camp Nou. Let's go ahead and get this party started the right way, my friends.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are now tuning in to the undefeated Mustache John.
Okay. Intro is turned off. Let's see how many times I stutter over myself this episode. Apparently, it's going to be one of those days. That's all right, folks. I'm glad to be here. Glad to be catching up with the Stash Squad, all my fellow culés from around the world. And let's go ahead and, well, I was going to start out with highlights from the Joan Gamper Trophy, because that's the good news. But let's save that for second, because right now, top story that I'm seeing, folks, has me worried. Barcelona informed on the 15th of July to Frenkie De Jong that they have found evidence of criminal actions against the parties who signed the contract renewal back in October of 2020. This is not good news, my friends. Listen, I'm not a lawyer. I don't know all the ins and outs of these contracts. I know that he was asked to take a salary reduction. Thankfully, he did. But now, Barcelona, what are you doing right now? This is not a good look. This is a player that is currently at our club. And anytime that legal action, those words are thrown around, it makes me anxious. It makes me nervous. It's one thing, when there's legal action taken against someone like a Neymar, right, who left us high and dry to go to PSG and there was some shenanigans involved and this and that. That's one thing when you hear someone who has left the club and legal action. But Frenkie De Jong, currently wearing the Blaugrana kit, just played for us last night, and now we are seeing potential legal action. Don't like this, folks. It makes me nervous. Accompany that by Xavi's quote here from Fabrizio Romano. Xavi says, I don't know what will happen to Frenkie De Jong. Until August 31st, anything can happen. He knows what I think and what the club want and need. Of course, I'm counting on him. He's a great player. Thanks for clearing that up, Xavi. Thanks for clearing up that speculation on whether or not Frenkie De Jong's going to actually be here or not. The saga continues, my friend. It is now an added layer with this potentially legal action, this legal review of his contract extension. Who knows? I hope that Frenkie De Jong is still wearing the Barcelona kit this season. I think that he will have a breakout year if he's given the opportunity. His last couple of seasons, not the right manager, not the right players around him because of injury and illness. So now we've got Xavi. We've got a wealth of talent around Frenkie De Jong, and I want to see him get that opportunity. He loves the club. Culés love Frenkie. I know that there's some financial implications involved, whether or not Frenkie stays, but surely we can make it work for player and club. My hope is that Frenkie stays. That's where I'll turn to the chat. I'll say my good mornings, but I want to hear your thoughts. Frenkie De Jong, staying or going? If you're watching this on replay, let me know down in the comments what you think about this whole Frenkie saga. And scale 1 to 10, how badly do you just want that saga to be over, to be done? Let's get to August 31st, be done with these transfer rumors, move forward to an excellent La Liga team, La Liga season, I should say. We're going to jump over to highlights from Joan Gamper Trophy first, but let me turn to the Stash Squad, say my hellos, say my good mornings. And there he is. Kudis, I was just thinking about you, buddy. How you doing? Good morning to Kudis. Pierre, hello and welcome. Felipe's here with us. Ovi, good morning. Winston, what's up, brother? Kyle Cash in the house. I got a couple of my Stash mods. Love to see it. Greg is with us. Hello, hello. Chris E as well. Good morning to you all. So let me know your thoughts, folks. Frenkie De Jong. Again, Xavi giving pretty much a dual answer here. Yeah, I love Frenkie. Frenkie knows what I'm counting on. Are you counting on him taking a big pay cut? Are you counting on him foregoing wages? What are you counting on him on? Be more specific, Xavi. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, folks. Let me know your thoughts in the chat. Hollow the Reaper, hello, says, I agree. Legal action is not a good look right now. However, Laporte and his team are doing the best job they can with what they inherited. That is a good point. They are doing a wonderful job. Wonderful job. It's like, for me, it's a 9 out of 10. If they can keep Frenkie De Jong through all of this, it is a 10 out of 10. If we end up losing him, consolation prize, of course, could be Bernardo Silva, which I wouldn't be too upset about at the end of that deal. But in the meantime, just in a vacuum, losing Frenkie would not feel good. Would not feel good at all. Martin's Marvel, hello. Good morning to you. Felipe says, I would love Frenkie to stay, but how are we going to register the squad? We'll make it happen. I know apparently our first attempt was denied. We got more financial levers to pull. We still got Umtiti, Braithwaite, possibly Pjanic, and maybe one other to sell out or to loan. That'll clear up some wages. So we still got a few more moves to do this week, because next weekend La Liga begins. We got to have our players registered. We got to be ready to take on our competition. Kuda says, got to keep FDJ. I'm on that train as well. Absolutely. Kavin says, Frenkie will stay. He's reducing his wages. Cite your sources, Kavin, please. If you got some news update that I haven't seen yet, please let me know. Martin says, FDJ's situation is really stirring up in a way we wouldn't like. I agree. Kyle says, they obviously did inherit a mess, but how long are they going to continually point to that? Ooh. Good point, Kyle. Good point. There's an old tale. It might come from something. I forget if it's a true story or not, or if it's just a metaphor, a story to learn from. But essentially, president takes over for the previous president, and the past president says to the new president, hey, first time you get yourself into hot water, first time people are really unhappy with you, I'm giving you 2 letters. What I want you to do is open up that first one. It'll tell you exactly what you need to know, all right? And then the second time that you mess up, open up that second letter, and it'll tell you exactly what you need to do, all right? Few months go by, big disaster happens, all right? So it's the first mistake by the new president. He goes, ooh, thankfully I got those 2 letters from the old president. Let me go in and open up that first one. It's going to tell me exactly what to do. So he opens up the letter and says, hey, new president, first of all, breathe. It's okay. You're going to be fine. Second of all, whatever's going on, I don't know the details, but whatever's going on, blame it on me, the past president. Everyone will understand. In fact, you'll probably get some bonus points because I'm not so popular. So, new president, blame it on the old president. You'll be totally fine. So, new president goes out. He says, hey, everybody, this situation, not my fault, old president's fault, but we're going to come through this. Here's my plan to get us out of this. And all of a sudden, the crowd is behind him. It's fantastic. Full support, right? A few months go by. Another disaster happens. Everybody's out to get this new president again. He goes, ooh, second disaster. Good thing I have that second letter to fall back on from the old president. So, new president goes, gets that second letter, opens it up, says, wow, this first letter was so helpful, told me exactly what to do. What's this second letter going to say? It says, write 2 letters. So, to Kyle Cash's point, you can get away with blaming the past regime for so long, but at some point, it's no longer their fault. Yes, you inherited a bit of a mess, maybe a smidge more than a bit. At the same time, it is your job to turn things around, which you are. I'm not sitting here complaining. But I would say by the end of this year, the excuses of, oh, that was the past president. We're going to need to see those start to fade. It's time that we take ownership. This is our club. This is Joan Laporta's club. This is Xavi's club. And by the end of this season, I hope that we will be fully past the previous regimes. And I don't even want to say their names, all right? Not worth it. I hope that we are fully focused on the future by the end of the season. That's what I'm thinking, folks. Winston says that's some 4D thinking. Yeah, I forget. I heard that either on a show or a podcast, or it might have been a true-ish story. I don't know. But it's in my noggin. I share it with you all. I hope you got something out of it. Ovi says, bro, Umtiti took a wage cut last season. At this point, he is unnecessarily hated. It's just that he doesn't have a space in the squad. 100% agree with you, Ovi. There is no hate in my heart for Umtiti whatsoever. I feel bad for him. World Cup winner who pushed his body to the limit, postponed his surgery to play in the World Cup, won it, but it cost him his long-term health. He's never been fully fit since, the 2018 World Cup. So for the past 4 years, Umtiti's been injured. He was on high wages. He took a wage cut just so we could register players last January. So no hate. Only love for Umtiti. I do hope he finds a new home. Okay. Yes, Kudis, thank you for the reminder. I typically forget. If you guys don't mind, just take a quick second here if you're enjoying the content as we jump over to highlights from the Joan Gamper Trophy. Make sure you drop a like. Support the channel. Easiest way to show your support, show the channel some love, and to get some more eyes on the channel. Drop a like. I do appreciate it. Now that that's out of the way, folks, let's go ahead and take a look at last night's Joan Gamper Trophy. Let's start by just pausing for a second and celebrating Dani Alves. I'm glad that he got to come back to the Camp Nou. Yes, for a different team this time. He was, of course, playing for our opponent, Pumas, similar to when Ronaldinho came back, playing for AC Milan. Happy times, good feelings all around. You can see in the picture here, Dani Alves getting a hero's send-off at the Camp Nou. Amazing player, amazing spirit. Yes, he did not have a huge impact on the pitch last year, but in the clubhouse, he surely did. He surely did. If nothing else, I'm glad that he came back to Barcelona just so I could get that purple away kit with the 8 Dani Alves on the back. That's probably my favorite Barcelona kit of all time to this day. We'll see what the future holds, of course. But either way, to start things off, I'm glad Dani got a hero's welcome, a hero's send-off. Beyond that, it was all Barcelona. Let's see how much of this I can get through if I get flagged for this at all. But we'll take a look. We'll see how much of these highlights we can get into. Again, Dani Alves, a club legend, 431 appearances, but this was all Barca. Pedri to Lewandowski. You think he cut the angle. You think he lost it, but whoop, slides it in there. How does he make that happen? How does he find the right angle? He was hugging the end line there. You think he's going to go for a cross. This camera angle will show you. Just sneaks it in between the post and defender. Unbelievable precision from Lewandowski. And if that wasn't enough, you have Dembele here, finds Lewandowski, clever turn, and look at the vision, the passing, splitting 2 defenders to find Pedri, who just dances around the keeper, slides it home for 2-0 to the Blaugrana. I am so excited for Lewandowski to be in that number 9 position with the number 9 on his back. It's going to be goals galore around the Polish striker. Rafinha says, hey, I want in on some of this action. Let me set somebody up. Dembele says, me too. Bangs one in. The Mosquito buzzing his way to Barcelona's 3rd goal. Now again, take this all with a grain of salt, all right? This isn't a top European side by any means, but whew, that is top talent. The backheel flick from Lewandowski. And here's the thing, folks. Let me back that one up because it's not just the pass from Lewandowski, okay? I know this is back to Dembele's goal. I went too far. But it is the run to set up the space. Watch this, okay? Let me pause here. Michael Talks Football, thank you so much for the donation. I appreciate that, man. He says, Barca looks scary. Lewandowski, not just a goal scorer. Absolutely. I've got some predictions involving Lewandowski that we're going to talk about on Wednesday's episode, but I appreciate the donation. And, excuse me, folks, if you have not done so already, please check out Michael Talks Football. His channel is covering the wide world of football. Good content on there. Check it out if you have not done so already. Okay, so let me break down why this goal is so unbelievably genius. And it's not just the back heel flick from Lewandowski. If you look on the right side of the screen here, this is Lewandowski right here. Look how deep he is to start. He's even with the back line. He's being marked by either center back there, okay? A little bit more so this one. You can see 23 here is kind of dilly-dallying his way to get back into position. But what happens here is Lewandowski checks to the ball, which forces either Dani Alves to go off of Pedri and pick up Lewandowski, and then the center backs pick up Pedri, but that would require communication, or you're going to see what happened, which is the center backs come with Lewandowski, hesitate, get caught in no man's land, Dani Alves ball watches, doesn't follow Pedri, and Lewandowski slides him in for the goal. Check this out, folks. Look at that. Lewandowski makes that little 5-yard run, and this center back is completely caught off guard, fully focused on Lewandowski. Pedri reads it. He knew what was coming. This is not an accident, folks. This is going to be all season long. And then Pedri, with the smooth finish, he does it. Whoop! Where'd you go? Where'd you go, 23? What are you doing, my man? So again, everyone's going to be focused on that back heel flick from Lewandowski, which was incredible. But it's the run prior to, the vision, and then Pedri reading it. Absolutely incredible. More from Lewandowski here, setting up Rafinha off the post. A near miss. It could have been more than 6, folks. We could have had 7, 8 in this one. Play continues on here. Gavi getting in there, keeping the ball alive. Pedri finds Dembele. You're going to see a lot of this this coming season too. A little shake, a little bake. Oh, off the post again. Lewandowski just getting warmed up, folks. 1 goal, 2 assists in this one. Fantastic play, man of the match. Hang on, let me pause here because this one too. Goal from Aubameyang. Let me bring that one back. I was so impressed with Franck Kessié here. Here's why. As he receives the ball, if you look at the angle, initially he could go right in on goal and take a shot from a poor angle. He could also panic and play the ball to either Ansu or Frankie, making those near post runs, but he does it. He picks his head up, he takes a moment to collect his thoughts, and he says, you know what? Aubameyang's making the late run in on the far post. Let me adjust my angle so I can get a good pass in here, put it right on his foot for a goal. Check out Kessié adjust his angle before making the cross here. Right there. Takes that step back, boom, finds Aubameyang. Genius. Cool, calm, collected from Franck Kessié. You love to see it. I'm excited, folks. We have such a deep, talented squad this year. We've got goal scorers. We've got playmakers. We've got players with heart and tenacity. I already saw some people complaining about this one. Lewandowski, one-on-one with the keeper. You want him to finish that, but I'm not panicking whatsoever. Lewandowski is going to get half a dozen chances each match. He's not going to make all of them, all right? He'll have some misses that he should have made. It happens. Another one off the crossbar there from Aubameyang. Frenkie De Jong tries to flick it in. Half effort there. He'll get his goal. Don't worry. Little foreshadowing. Another corner coming in here. Excuse me. Aubameyang's got to do better with that one. Again, I know I just gave Lewandowski a pass being one-on-one with the keeper, and this was a bit of a juggling act from Aubameyang, but you got to do better. Here's Frankie's goal. Is cut off there. We'll see him actually come and win the ball here in this second part of the highlight. A good defensive effort. Pumas were well beaten at this point, but Frenkie De Jong coming in, winning it back in the defensive side of the pitch. Just a good effort overall from Barcelona. But here's the thing, folks. Here's what I'm wondering. With Frenkie finishing off with that goal, is that his last match for Barcelona? I really want to know what your thoughts are. Again, we'll turn to the chat. we'll keep the conversation going. But if you're watching on replay, let me know. Is that Frenkie De Jong's last match for Barcelona? Give me your thoughts. Turning to the chat now, Hollow the Reaper talking about Villa. Says Villa is probably my favorite Spanish striker. That's cool. Good times, good times. Ayush is in the house. Good morning, Ayush. Good to see you, sir. Says, we're going to win the Champions League, says Ayush. We'll see. We'll see. We do have the trident of the stash mods in the house. Kyle, Kudish, and Ayush. Kevin says, Lewandowski is a perfect fit for Barca. I like the way he goes to collect the ball. He is a much better option with his back to goal compared to Aubameyang. Just got to say, Aubameyang needs to be forward-facing, running in behind, getting on the end of those crosses. But Lewandowski is here for the tiki-taka, my friends. I'm very excited for it. Ayush, you're just checking out the new lights for the first time. Okay, well, since you're just seeing it for the first time, Ayush, let's go ahead and celebrate the win in the Joan Gamper Trophy with a little light show. Goal, Barcelona! That's going to be happening every time Barcelona score. We get a little light show celebration going on, folks. I'm very excited for this. Shout out to El Gato. Not a sponsor, but hey, if you want to be, I'm on the way up, El Gato. Get on this train right now. I'll get you a good deal. You stupid. Good to see you, sir. Says, Frank today was not bestial in those games too. I don't want him sold. Pedri, FDJ, Kessier in the midfield competitive matches. I think, for me, our starting midfield is Pedri, Busi, Frenkie De Jong. I know that preseason is not the same competition as we're going to see in La Liga and Champions League throughout the year. However, my starting three does not change from last season. What does change is a bit of the tactics and some of the players around them. Lewandowski, Rafinha, Dembele with his new mindset. It's wild. So my midfield doesn't change. Speaking of Dembele, however, well, hang on. One more point on the Joan Gamper Trophy. This is from Barca Buzz. I appreciate this stat here. The last time Barca won the Joan Gamper Trophy 6-0, they went on to win the treble that season. This was in 2014, which, of course, the end of that was 2015. It was also the last time Barca faced a Mexican club, Leon, in the Gamper Trophy. That day, Messi scored in the 3rd minute, and in last night's match, it was Lewandowski. So I'm not saying it's written in the stars, but I am willing to say we have the deepest pool of talent in Europe. Maybe Man City is up there with us. Outside of that, I think we have the deepest squad in Europe. So exciting times, my friends. This is what I was speaking on before. I wanted to share that last little piece from Barca Buzz there. But Barca Center, I've shared that Ousmane Dembele has finished the preseason as the team's top scorer with 5 goals. That's one of the complaints about Dembele has been the consistency. Can he be healthy and productive this season? My expectations are high because you know what? If it's not Dembele, there are players sniffing around for their opportunity. Rafinha, Torres, maybe Messi comes back next year. I don't know. With Dembele on a 2-year contract, this is a make or break year for the Frenchman. It's gotta be he performs or he goes. There is no in between. We're not going to let him go into next season wishy-washy. Oh, will he, won't he stay another year, this or that. 2-year contract. By the end of this first year, it'll be an extension or it'll be that he's sold next summer. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. What do you think about Dembele, folks? Can I let him out of the doghouse? Can we fully retire Dembele Cam? Or am I going to have to keep that around for a little bit? Let me know your thoughts on your expectations for Dembele this year. Buddha says, Rainbow Stash Squad celebrations. Yes, indeed. Andrese, how we doing? Says, Frankie was lit. Yes, indeed. Frankie and Frank could be a deadly combination in the midfield this year. You Stupid says, Abba played winger and striker in his career. I don't think he's ever been good as a hold-up in the build-up of play. His touch and his passing just isn't quite there in those positions, I'll say. Excellent goal scorer, though. Shake the Room says, imagine Iniesta as an assistant for Xavi. I don't hate it, Bring them all back. Bring back all the club legends. I don't mind that at all. Ayush says, how are the puppies? Haven't seen them in a while. You know what? If they're willing to, maybe I'll try to bring them in this morning. They're probably with their mom right now. It's hard. Listen, as much as the pups love me, it's hard to get them away from their mom when she's around. So she sleeps in a little bit while I do this show. They typically stay with her, and then she'll go up onto the third floor, get a little exercise in. They'll stay with her then. And then maybe when she goes to work, that's when they'll actually start paying attention to me. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Kyle says, man, as much as I love the man, would you want Messi to come back? Yeah, I do. I know it's going to be tough to fit him in, but I do, just because I can't stand the way that he left the club. It breaks my heart. So I would love for him to come back for a year, even just a year. He's got something to offer Barcelona. I know he does. I'm not saying that he'd come back and start every match, but come back and play as a false nine. Yes, please. I'll take that. So I would never say no to Lionel Messi coming back. Just can't do it. Just can't do it. You Stupid says, with the way Xavi is, don't be surprised if Dembele and Rafinha are starters on the wing. Folks, on Wednesday, we're going to go over Barcelona's depth chart, including a predicted starting 11 for the season. Spoiler alert, I don't think Ansu Fati is first choice on that left wing anymore. I just don't. I think Rafinha and Dembele have shown us too much during the preseason to give that to Ansu. There's something going on in Ansu's head. He doesn't seem like he is fully confident in his body and his ability right now. I think he's nervous about getting a little tweak before the season starts and having another lengthy injury because he pushed off having surgery. So his decision, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, folks. Maxine says Pjanic is ready to reduce his salary and Xavi loves him due to his vision in the midfield. I'll say in the few minutes that Pjanic did get, I liked his vision. I liked his passing. I think he does offer something different than what Frenkie, Gavi, Nico, and Pedri offer. He is closer to Busquets in terms of his passing vision, okay? But that's where the comparisons end. I don't think you can rely on him defensively. I don't know if really his offensive output will go beyond those transitional passes in the midfield. And so while he does offer something different, is it impactful enough to say that he should stick around at Barcelona? Not so sure. I'll be curious to see who gets more minutes in the midfield this year, Sergio Roberto or Pjanic. I know Roberto has now been given time back at right back again. Last 3 or 4 years, we've teased Roberto going back in the midfield, and then he ends up at right back again. I digress. I'd be curious to see who gets more minutes, Pjanic or Roberto, by the end of the season. Could Pjanic take a salary reduction and stay at Barcelona? Sure. Does that mean that he's going to get playing time? No. Probably not. Probably not, folks. Felipe says, Fati is holding back. He took a lot of injuries and being so young, I hope he comes out of that mindset. Same. I'm a little bit concerned. About it. I am. I think Ansu's got to get out of his head and start playing like the Ansu that we know and love, that we've seen in flashes. Because this is a big year for Ansu. This is a big year for Dembele. This is a big year for Serginho Dest. And if Frenkie De Jong ends up staying, it is a big year for Frenkie De Jong. To me, I'm seeing this year as Xavi has a few positions where he's got two options, and this season is where we're going to decide, are we doubling down on our commitment to the players that we have, or are we taking a left turn here or there? We're going to really decide who can we rely on for the next 5 years. That's what Barcelona are focused on. So this year is almost a tryout. I'm very excited, and I have high expectations at this point. However, this is still tryout year for Dembele, for Ansu Fati, for Ferran Torres, for Frenkie, for Gavi, for Serginho Dest, like I mentioned, for our center backs, Koundé, Christensen, Araujo, Garcia. This is a make or break year for a lot of players. There's going to be high drama, high competition. Going to be good results for Barcelona, folks. Good results coming up. I'm very excited. Kuda says good problems. Good problems to have indeed. You got 2-3 players fighting for a position, and all of them are world class. Welcome to Barcelona. Kyle Cash says Dembele cam stays until he earns the right to shed its dark mark. Fair enough, Kyle. Fair enough. Yasin says, do you think Xavi will be able to handle the pressure of having this huge quality squad? Yeah, I do. If you gotta think back. Xavi played with the likes of Lionel Messi, Thierry Henry, David Villa, Ronaldinho, Deco, Iniesta. Huge names. He's been in the locker room with Zlatan Ibrahimovic. All right? He gets the big names. He gets the big personalities. And he understands the player's perspective because that's where he comes from. I've got all the faith in the world in Xavi. In Xavi, we trust. 100%. Feeling good about it. Kuda says, who's a player you see getting pushed out with this new depth? Unfortunately, players that I think are going to lose out this season, potentially Ansu Fati. Like we just mentioned, he's got to shake out his hesitation right now. Ferran Torres missing the preseason might hurt him. Now, here's the thing. He could come back in one match, show some of what he showed last season with goals and assists. I know he had some pretty big misses, but if you look at his stats, he performed well. He could come back in one match, make people forget about Dembele and Rafinha's preseason performance. Could happen. We'll see. I think Ansu, I think Ferran, and I think Nico, those 3 players are most likely going to miss out on playing time this season just with the amount of talent that we have. Defensively, it could be Garcia with Koundé, Christensen, Araujo, PK, all being ready to perform. Garcia might be the one missing out there. So I'm telling you, there's so much competition in every position. Wild. And it's about to get even more competitive, folks. Barcelona probably going to make their final signing of the season. Fabrizio Romano confirming that Barcelona will complete the signing of Marcos Alonso very soon. Negotiations at the final stages with Chelsea since Friday. It's now just a matter of details. Alonso only wants to join Barca as soon as possible. Final fee will be less than 10 million, and it's going to be done this week. So we'll be done in time for start of La Liga, which happens this Saturday or Sunday. I think it's Saturday. Pretty sure Barcelona plays Saturday. I should know this, but it's early and it's Monday. It is Saturday. Saturday, 3 o'clock against Rayo Vallecano. We'll be doing a live watch-along right here on the Undefeated channel, my friends. I'll be doing live commentary. We'll have the score. We'll have the time. You won't miss any of the action. Plus, you get to chat with your fellow culés. Cheer on the Blaugrana. That's what we do here on this channel. I say it all the time. We support the badge. We support each other. And the live watch-alongs are really the primary place where we do that. It's great conversation. It's a good hang. And like I said, we're cheering on the Blaugrana onto victory. First one of the season is going to be Saturday, August 13th, 3 o'clock. That's Eastern Daylight Time, so convert that for your time. I know we got culés watching from all over the world. Make sure you convert that. Come hang out with us. Subscribe. Turn on notifications so you do know when we're live. You won't miss any of the live streams. And of course, whether you've been with us since day one or you're just finding us for the first time, if you're enjoying the content, take just a moment right now. Hit that thumbs up button. Helps me out. I say we got about 30 people watching live. It would be great to get 30 likes before we wrap up today. 30 likes is the goal, my friends. Let's turn to the chat one more time. Pancho Mike, how we doing, sir? Says, what are your bare minimums this year in League and Champions League? Okay, bare minimums. We got to win La Liga. I know that's a high bare minimum, but I just don't see any reason why we shouldn't win La Liga, hands down. So I think we win La Liga. I think we got to at least get to the Copa del Rey final. If we end up running into a Real Madrid or an Athletic or a Sevilla or even a Bilbao in the final and things get chaotic, okay. Champions League, semifinal. I know, again, some of that depends on who we get lined up against. A Man City, a Bayern, a PSG, a Liverpool could all give us fits, of course. We are not Champions League favorites, but we've got a puncher's chance, of course. So La Liga champions, Copa del Rey final, if not champions, Champions League quarterfinal. Those are my expectations for this year. Now, that's just part of my expectations. I'm going to have 8 bold predictions for this upcoming season. We're going to go over those Wednesday, as well as Barcelona's depth chart. I might save that for Friday. We'll see. But Wednesday, definitely 8 bold predictions. Let me say that again. 8 bold predictions for this upcoming season. La Liga, Champions League, Copa del Rey. Some of them will be player specific, but I will have 8 predictions for you on Wednesday's episode of Wake Up in Barca. So make sure you come back and hang out with us Wednesday, 7 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. You know, because I say it all the time, we're here live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Unless I got to miss a day. It happens, okay? But every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I appreciate you all hanging out with me. I think that's where we're going to wrap up for today. We talked about the Joan Gamper Trophy. We talked about Frenkie De Jong reports. Might be legal action over his contract. Just silliness. I want to get this out of the way. Hopefully all this is done this week so that we can start La Liga campaign this Saturday with all of the transfers done and behind us. No more sagas going into La Liga, hopefully. We'll see. I don't know if I'll get my wish. Don't know. Kudis, Kyle, and Ayush, thank you so much for coming in and being our moderators for today. Shout out to my Stash Squad. Steve, if you're watching, hope you're doing well, my friend. Everyone else in the Stash Squad, I really do appreciate your support. Thank you so much for spending your time, your energy on this conversation, building this community with me. You all are amazing. I'm very fortunate, very lucky to have this community. I love you all very much. Continue to support the badge. Continue to support each other. It's a wild world out there. All right, so we got to look out for each other. High fives and hugs to whoever wants them. Go out there, do good things, positive interactions. I will see you Wednesday, where we'll go over 8 bold predictions for this upcoming La Liga season. Whatever else news is coming out, whatever other news is coming out of the Camp Nou, I should say. We'll see you then, all right? Thank you so much for tuning in and taking a ride. Mwah.